Hi, my name's Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. Please go to my website, jonieswhitelighealing.com, for more information about me and how I became able to channel and do healing. I used to be a therapist for 10 years in New York City and didn't believe in any of this. I thought that this was a scam, hoax, flaky. Around 2003, 4, 5, I became gifted with healing abilities and channeling abilities, and I would say that I was fast-tracked. So it was quite unbelievable for me. I was in awe, and it was very dizzying, and I had to give up a lot of previously held concepts in order for me to start this new life. So I do this professionally. If you'd like a reading or a healing, please reach out to me through my website. I do Skype, Facebook video, and phone sessions for folks who are not local to North Central New Jersey. I only bring in the highest of light. This is the concept of vibration, frequency, souls, and there are souls, there are parts of the oneness that are of the highest vibration, and they are the only ones that I will pull from. Archangels, angels, ascended masters, guides, departed ones, star beings, elementals, consciousnesses, collectives. I even pull from councils. So if this does not resonate, I suggest putting it on a shelf. It might resonate at a later date. There are no timestamps. Despite this being March 20th, 2020, Spirit knows who's going to be watching this video. Therefore, if you see it at a later date, it might be that the information is perfect for you then. Okay, so I've been putting out quite a number of videos regarding the coronavirus, and I think I'm going to stop with this coronavirus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just kind of done with that. We all are experiencing this as a collective, every one of us, and we know that this is really foremost in our minds. So I thought about what would be helpful, as people are saying that they very much appreciate my coming online to do these videos, as they are supportive and they calm them down. So if that's what people need now, reassurance, I feel very happy to be able to do that. There are many of us, I am not the only one, there are many of us that are online. We are YouTubing and BitChute and Vimeoing, and there's information on Twitter and LinkedIn, and I think we've got something with Twitch and just many social media platforms. So you could find a lot of us all around. Use your discernment regarding who you'd like to embrace and the information that you'd like to take in as yours. The way that you do that is from your heart, not your mind, from your heart. Your heart knows, because it has to do with the feeling. If you feel good about it, if it makes you feel uplifted and stronger, it's good stuff. If you start feeling afraid, I'd shelve it or trash it. I don't go near anything that scares me. Okay, so what I'd like to talk about is managing fear, panic, anxiety, and the unknown. That is what many of us are facing right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk as Joanie first, and then I'm also going to do some channeling. We'll see what the other side has to say. But I'm going to go in right now and do some, we'll call it some spiritual soapboxing here, okay? So you've heard me yap before. So now I'm gonna take some time out. So there's a lot of talk regarding being in the now, being mindful and present-centered, and a bunch of you have heard about this. Some of you might not have. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Come on board today. Okay. So for those of you that do this, that are present-centered and stay in the now, this is just validation. Okay. Stick with me on this. But for those of you who are having an increased difficulty managing, your thoughts are racing, you have difficulty sleeping, you're overeating more, you're talking more about this and you can't seem to stop thinking and talking about it, you're panicking. You might have waves of either mania or depression, whatever this might be. Now is the time to learn about being in the now. What is that, you ask? This is a concept about ridding your mind of the past and the future. The past already happened. It happened a millisecond ago. I just introduced myself here. That's the past. That's done. I can't bring it back. The future, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I have no idea. I might start yawning. I don't know what's going to happen. So in both cases, past and future, they're really irrelevant. The past has already happened. What do we do with that? We ask ourselves, what can I learn from it? It's great. It's a tool. But when we do the regret, shame, guilt, blame, embarrassment, these are all unnecessary activities. You can stop whenever you want. Your free will choice. Okay? Now we've got the future. We don't know what's going to happen next. You can wish on it, dream on it. It's there. You can either look at it with fear or with wonderment. I suggest looking at the future with wonderment. It's an adventure. Make a good movie. Put things in your movie that you'd like to see. So, I haven't forgotten about the now, okay? But we need to talk about the past and the future in order to start embracing what this now is. The past. Let's have it relate to what's going on. There are a lot of people going, oh my gosh, I should have known. I saw this coming. Why didn't I get enough supplies? I should have saved up more money in the bank. I didn't tell someone I loved them. Whatever the case is, whatever it is, it's already done. Ask yourself what you can learn, and that will help you in your present moment, in moving forward in all of your now moments. Okay. Forgive yourself. That's the most important thing. And accept what has already occurred before this now moment. You can do that at any time. Regarding the future, I don't know what's going to happen. Are we all going to die? Am I going to lose my best friend? What's going to happen next? Am I going to lose my job, my house, my money, my health? Am I going to die? Normal. Normal, folks. If you want to look up psychosocial stressors, psychosocial, 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 and then the word stressor, Stressor. I used to be a therapist. In the diagnostic manual, there's a guide, and there's a list of psychosocial stressors that go from least affecting one to the top of the chart. I'd call this top of the chart, folks. Okay, so usually the top of the chart is natural disaster, death of a loved one, something like that. Well, we've got something that they're calling a pandemic worldwide. We've never seen anything like this before in our lifetime, and maybe in Earth's history. So, give yourself that to be human. You're allowed to be worried. You're allowed to be afraid. Give yourself the permission. And if any of you men or women are doing the martyrdom thing, or you're saying, I shouldn't feel this way, F that, okay? Who said? Who said? You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to be scared. You could feel whatever you want. It might also be that there are other lifetimes that are coming up for release right now. And if you haven't thought of that, it's a possibility that maybe you could hold on to. I firmly embrace that. This is an opportunity that if you have any fears, any doubts, sadness, anxiety, panic, you're probably releasing other lifetimes of this. I find it glorious. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, that your shit is coming up. That if you've tamped down this shit and that you haven't expressed it here in this lifetime, well, doggone it. This experience is giving you the opportunity to release not only what you've suppressed here, but everywhere where you are incarnated. Okay? You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to feel. And if you don't feel well, if you have sorrow and despair, if you have anger, it's okay. Suggestions regarding that, regarding fear of the future and all of the feelings that come up as a result, talk about it, write about it, let it out. Just identify that it's happening. If you go about your business and you start trembling, chances are there are feelings in there that need to be identified. Okay? So people like to write. Have pen and paper on hand. So if you start having a wave of some feeling that is regret or overwhelming anxiety, get the pen and paper out. Start writing. Just do it. Just do it. Oh my God. Get it out. Get it out. Now, my talking to you is not to take the place of seeing a doctor or a mental health professional. This is for entertainment purposes only. See the disclaimer below. If you need to talk with your therapist, if you need to go 911, if you're losing it, do it. Get help for yourself. Why not? You're worth it. We're all going to get through this together. This is an amazing experience. Okay? It's like a TV reality show, but it's not House. I think that was the name of it. It's like World. That's kind of like what it is. It's like a TV reality show called World. So we're all in this together. And we can do this. I don't believe in fails. I believe that every soul is very brave to be here at this time in Earth's history. And you knew before coming in that it was going to be like this. Okay? So back to this future stuff and the fear of the future. If you don't know what's going to happen next, why worry about it? Is there anything that you could do about it? Can you control what's going to happen next? No, you could only control what's happening now. To jump into the future and to try and control it and predict it is a setup. It is a setup for a total fail. Why not focus on what you have right before you? Are you hungry? Do you need to eat? Do you need to make a phone call? Do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to sleep? Do you need to rest? Do you need to tend to a child, or are you a caregiver? Is there someone that's infirm or someone who's elderly? What about a friend? Is there a friend nearby? Can you go outside and wave? That's what you can control. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity prayer. Look that up. Okay? The future is for dreaming. It's for intending. It's for planning. It's fabulous. Instead of worrying about your imminent death, and I'm not being sarcastic, there are many people that are so afraid they've lost it. So you can stop that now. You're here and you're with us and we love you. You are love and you are everything. And you're powerful and you can do this. Okay? So regarding the future, make a better movie. Instead of death, instead of sequestering, instead of lockdown, instead of starvation, instead of loss and lack. What do you want? Harmony, peace, love, togetherness, community. Money, employment, love, education, bustle, activity, whatever you want past the words that I shared here. What do you want to see for yourself? Do you want your business to open? Do you want it to be booming? Do you want to go back to work? Do you want your kids to go to school? Do you want someone to find a job? Do you want to create something that's magnificent? What do you want? Put it in your movie. Now, regarding this future thing, and where you feel that you could could make something positive, you do that all in the now moment. Okay? That's where your power is, in creating your future. The past, oh, what could I learn from it? Although I need those tools in order to create my future. But expectations we don't do, because if you expect it, it's definitely a setup for disappointment. So instead of hanging your hat on some hook, you say, well, I'd really like that if it's for my highest good. I'll take steps towards it, and then we'll see. And then you have hope and faith. You can energize it and believe it and see it and want it. And if it happens, it was for your highest good and the highest good of all. This now moment, people find it very elusive. This esoteric concept. No, I'm in the now, right now, talking to you, and you're in the now moment watching me. That's called the now moment. If you're watching me, but you're doing something else and you don't hear me, you're not in the now. You're in the now with doing something else. You're not in the now over here. You could practice this whenever you want to. Regarding this panic that people have, a lot of people don't like to be told things. So the government, local, state, federal, they're telling us what to do now. So if you don't like it, this is your challenge now. You get to master this. That giving it up about, oh, they can't tell me what to do. They can. So this is about accepting the world in which you incarnated to. Then there are other people where the anxiety is great. I could lose, and then you fill in the blank. Well, so many people are losing things right now. You're not alone. Now, this isn't about, well, since everyone else is too, then I feel better. It's not about, gloating and enjoying the suffering and using that to feel better. But just practically and realistically, if we're all in it together, then there's a higher power here at work that's going to make sure that we're all taken care of. There's a system that's breaking here, I believe, and it's going to be reborn. It's dismantling as we speak, and it is going to be created better and more humanitarian. And we need to be patient. This is really challenging. So for those of you that are in panic, you're not alone. And know that there are higher powers here that are working to get everything just right so that your world will be a better place to live in. Okay? Depression. A lot of people who are depressed now, I have learned, have had depression before, that this isn't the first time, that it's just kicked in deeper. So what I suggest is doing whatever you normally would do when you're depressed. And that if you need to make phone calls or go online and see funny things and chat with people online or do whatever you do that makes you happy, where things feel a little bit more normal, I suggest doing that. So this is like a trigger for many of you who have been depressed. It's an opportunity to look at this with wonderment. And if you can give it up and say, you know what, I just don't know and I don't have to know, I think you're going to feel better. Definitely. Now, some of you have stuffed animals around, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos. These love objects carry a lot of energy. So if you have any around and you need one, either you talk to one or you hold one, or just have it be there as a visual. Very powerful, these inanimate objects that are consciousnesses that come together to be that toy, to be that figure that they know a soul is going to be drawn to for help. Spirit wants to come in, so I'm going to now put my Joanie aside and I'll see what they want me to share for you all. Okay, here we go. Well, Spirit says, breathe a sigh of relief because it could have been worse. You could have been very ill. So it seems that what was brought out into the public, this virus, was tempered. That it seems that it was the strain that came through is not what was intended, that it was supposed to be devastating, and that in fact, I'm getting that there was a Pleiadian charter that was distributed among the allies in space, and they came up with the agreement that this was not to wipe out Earth, and that they assisted in manipulating the strand so that this would not cause worldwide devastation. So that's Joanie talking here. I didn't know that. That's the first that I'm getting of that. So I'm going, wow. So I'm going to go back into channel. Now they're getting flowery with metaphor. They say we're distributing antidotes and that they're memories of love, and that's what you need to do to cure yourself. So I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna splend that, Ricky. So from your heart, conjure up the love and feel joy. It's kind of like going in and feeling the happiest, 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 happiest. Love, 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 joy, 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 like that. And it's almost like healing from the inside out. It's like this. It's like blooming. And that by going inside and feeling your heart open up with love, that you will find a sense of peace that is curative. That's what they recommend. I'm going to keep going in for more. Let's see. Well, they say blow your horn, meaning toot your horn. A lot of you are doing a great job, and keep it up. Sure, there's sorrow, and sure, there are misty eyes. We've got our eye on you, and we're watching you. Many of you are defending other people. You're supporting a lot of people in the work that they are doing. You've got a hold of this, and that they are very proud of us for hanging in there. That this is very challenging, and that without our wherewithal, we wouldn't be here. We would have crapped out. So they're definitely, giving thumbs up. I see a lot of thumbs up, like, yeah, good, 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 good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Chug, 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 chug. Keep going. Let's see what else. Mary stands at attention. She tends to the sick. She's watching the sick. There are sick around the world. There are ones that have contracted this bug. They don't feel well, and she tends to them. She's by their arm, by their bicep, and she helps them like make a muscle, like get strong. She's really on them. She's right by them, each and every soul, giving them strength. But I definitely see her energy is right by a bicep to give them strength to hold on. You've got this. You've got this. And she prays, and she talks, and she blesses. She talks to the people that are tending to them too. Like she'll talk to some friend who's tending to the sick one there. And she's like, give them a muffin. If they want a muffin, give them a muffin. Give them the muffin. And then they'll give them the muffin. So she's working through other people as well. She's talking to their higher selves. Okay. So I'm going to keep going in. So I'm seeing people who are constipated. Yep, we're going to get right down to that. Don't strain. Stop it. Stop it. Don't push. You're upset, and that you're holding in a lot of what's going on that's coming out as constipation. So if you have any prune juice, do that. And I also see someone massaging their belly. So they're just doing nice circles, and then they just put their hand right over their intestines, and then they let the love go in. And that will also calm them down. And then I see you'd have a really good release if you do that. I'm going to keep going in. Music is very, very important. I believe that that's taming a lot of you, is the listening to music and making music. Please continue doing that. Your heart sings that way, and you need that. That will help with the adjustments. There are frequencies that are out there now. I'm going to find out what this is. They're talking about the frequencies. There are mellow undertones that are being distributed to the collective. More so, they would call them the tenor. The tenor. Not the bass, not the alto, the tenor. Lower frequencies that are being distributed to all of us, cross creation, meaning here in the collective, to us all. And it's interesting, it's all like fantastical. It's like subtitles. It's like a frequency with subtitles in it, and then it's code, and then they're memories of what we need to do. So it's information that jogs our memory of what we need to do with coping, how we each respectively can cope, and also how we can bide the time, because some of you are quite bored. And so you're being encouraged to laugh and cry and write and sing and do whatever you used to do in other lifetimes when you would have to cope with something of this nature, of this serious nature. I believe that we all have experienced in at least one lifetime something very devastating, something very thrilling, and that has captured our attention where we've been stopped. So information is coming in via frequency, energy, with code to each of us about how we in other lifetimes cope during serious, challenging times. It's like we've all gotten our like our letter of what we need to do with our instructions on it. But it's a reminder of what we have done. They're not telling us what they think we should do. It's a reminder of what we have done to jog our memory. Okay. I'm going to go back in. There are a lot of you who've been soldiers, so you've been through this before. This is nothing new. You've seen this, you've felt it, and you've known it. You've tasted blood. You are fighting for justice. You are a swordsman. You have done this before. You right the wrongs in society, and you are here to temper the masses. You are here to quell the riots. So if you are not experiencing anxiety and fear and panic, and you've got this, it's because elsewhere you would help with the tide turning. You would be assisting to change things over, like what's happening now, from dark to light. That is what is happening today. Continue your fight in the search for truth. We bless you. I'm going to see whether there's anything more as I adjust myself here in this chair. This isn't normally the chair or the room that I sit in. My son's home from college, so I gave him the other part of the house. So I'm here. It's fine. You have the knowledge of what you need to do. If you're having difficulty, you know how to cope. You've done it before. Maybe not to this extent, but just take the steps that you've done in previously challenging situations and just up the ante, just make it greater, do it better. You know how to do this. You are very, very strong. They're saying that they know us, they love us, they come to collect us, they bring us gifts. They can't give us certainty. That would give away the finale of this. But they say that you are stronger than you believe, stronger than you know. Many of you have been combating depression and that you've gotten to a much better place. Some of you are still very challenged. The fear that's inside of you is very, very great, and they work with each and every one of you to master the ability to not know, to be in that unknown space. When you go into that unknown space, you glide and you look beautiful and you shimmer when you just sit still without getting all energized and anxious in your unknowing. We help balance your energy so you can better sit through this. There are people that are saying, I have my Miranda rights. And then there's more like, I have my right to know, and I'm not being told the truth. And what are you saying? And you're keeping this from me. Well, there are certain things that can't be shared. And that we are here. We are working on this. Everything is hunky-dory. And that you will be sitting back and you will be watching the reveal. Trust us in this. It is fabulous. You want to know. Yes, we know that you are feeling the urgency that you have to do something. You have to know something. You want to know what this is all about. We can't give you certitudes. Things are changing and moving along. It is your destiny to be here to watch this unfold. You are captured by this story. Watch the magnificence of it. Bless yourself for being here today and know that we love you. I, Joanie, want to go in and do a healing for all of you who are feeling verkakte. So all my Yiddish comes out now. You're verschimmelt, you're vermischt. Are you verklempt? Whatever it is. Verblunged? Let's do this. Across time and space, forwards and backwards, across all generations. Wherever there might be any karma regarding fear, panic, anxiety, doubt, despair, depression, panic, fear of the unknown, where you blamed yourself or other, forgive yourself. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness. Please, all of you, forgive me because I had unforgiveness towards you. Thank God for these life lessons. Sip water between now and when you go to sleep. It will help flush negative energies through the physical body. Now I'm going to do a healing. And if you heard laughter at all, my son is cracking up downstairs. He's very happy. That's good. Going in for a healing. And you don't have to do a darn thing. Pulling out misery. There's a lot of complaining. You need to stop. You must stop the complaining. You need to stop the complaining. If any of you are complaining, just stop. You're making it worse. You're bothering someone and you're hurting yourself. Getting rid of things that don't belong. Spirals of energy. Sifting through muck. Getting rid of what does not belong. Trust this. Trust this. Your fabric, the energy field is it's a little wrinkled. Making it glow, cleaning y'all up. There you go. Have a sip of water. Ask yourself how you can better yourself. What can you do to improve this situation? How can you feel better? What do you need to do so you feel better and lighter? If someone needs a tissue, get it. You're holy. You're a child of God. You're not just a number. You're a special chalice. And now I see flowers everywhere. I see all of you are in bloom. I see the petals opening. You're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Many, many, many of you needed to be home. So if you're home, you needed to be home. If any of you are displaced and you are not in your home, I am offering you the energy of home. Put home energy around yourself. You will feel it. You can sit wherever you are and just bring home to you. And you sit with home. Encase yourself in home. Carry home with you wherever you go if you are not at home, if you can't get home. And home will be with you because your home is a consciousness. So you call your home to you and you say, home, I miss you. Come to me. I wish for you to envelop me with your love. And home will come to you. So I see there's a dog barking. I feel like it's a neighbor's dog who's barking. Bless the dog. The dog is unhappy. Bless the dog. The dog doesn't want to be there. I think there's fighting going on inside. I don't know what's going on, but this dog that's like a racket is very upset. Bless the dog. Talk to the dog's higher self and wish it peace. It's very sad. Some of you love Cheerios and other little granola nuggety things. So brush your teeth afterwards though, folks, because a bunch of you are doing the candy and the sweet crackly stuff in the mouth because you're at home and you're doing these munchy sweetsy stuff. Some of your teeth is getting messed up. You need to brush your teeth after you do the granola-y, Cheerio-y, crackly stuff. Don't forget to do that. And if your mind wanders and you find that you're thinking negatively, switch the program. You can. You're in control. Lift weights, exercise, walk, run, do sit-ups, stretch, yoga, meditate. Move your body. Do what you need to do. Eat well, sip water, rest, and play. So with that being said, I feel like I've covered a lot here. I am, I'm full of, how would you say, full of concern for my fellow men and women around the world. I feel sad that so many people are afraid. I have gone out and I see masks and gloves. I see lines, social distancing of a line outside of a store where people were 6 to 8 feet standing between each other. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen, and that was surreal and made me very sad. So this is temporary. We all have to see these visuals and hear these things. And we will be healing for a while. I am hoping that our galactic brothers and sisters come in and whammy us with that etheric Valium so we can move on, move forward without PTSD. I'm definitely requesting one. So I hope this video assisted you, and keep on keeping on. Please share with anyone you feel will benefit from it. If you wish a reading or a healing, please contact me. I'm available. I will keep making these videos. I appreciate your comments. They are validation. If you have any suggestions regarding, requests regarding future videos you'd like for me to make, please ask in the comments. Like and share and subscribe if you haven't. Press the all bell icon and you'll receive all the notifications when I put out another video. So you take care, and I'm sending you healing, hugs, and love. Bye, y'all.